93% of Americans over the age of 15 years old are about to benefit from Donald Trump's new tax plan, which, according to the United States Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, he says President Trump's plan ultimately is to eliminate all federal income taxes for anybody making less than $150,000 per year. Now, if that's you, you need to watch this video because I'm going to explain exactly how this is going to occur, what President Trump's next move is going to be, and how likely this is to actually move forward. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and what this could mean for you very soon. But before I do, all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So President Trump has been campaigning on this for quite a while. No taxes. He wants to get rid of taxes for overtime income, eliminate taxes on tips, wants to get rid of taxes for Social Security beneficiaries, and now potentially eliminate taxes for anybody making less than $150,000 per year. Just look at this. It says U.S. citizens earning $150,000 annually to pay no tax. Trump's big plan revealed. This is coming from the United States Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. Now, I want to play the clip for you. This is what he said on CBS News. Okay, listen to this.
We buy everybody's stuff. So who's more important? The people who sell stuff or the people who buy stuff? So we are the buyer of everybody's commodities, products, goods and services. Everything comes from us.
Keep in mind, okay, he's going to get to in just a second. Keep in mind the United States has a trade deficit with every other country. The United States does. That's the reason why President Trump wants to impose tariffs, because right now other countries are imposing tariffs on the United States. Okay, just look at Canada, for example. Okay, they place tariffs on goods from the United States, and once President Trump decided to do it, Canada said, no, we're going to cut off electricity to states up in the northern part of the United States. No. Okay, now they have gone back on that, but what he's going to say in just a second, this is big. Listen to this.
Right? Let them pay a membership fee. We all understand that model. Let them pay. How about we, you and I, and every single person we know pay less? How about no tax on tips? How about no tax on overtime? How about no Social Security? How about all those things? These are the kind of thoughts that will change America. I know what his goal is. No tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year. That's his goal. And that's what I'm working for.
Right there. His goal is no tax on anybody making less than $150,000 per year. Now, this is going to be very interesting if this really gets pushed through, but I want to explain why this could be a little more difficult than some of his other plans. Eliminating taxes on Social Security or the Social Security benefits, okay, that's not going to be a huge issue. Yeah, it's going to kind of push Social Security towards insolvency a little bit quicker. But what you need to keep in mind is that it's not a huge problem because we can figure out how to make up the lost revenue. The same goes for eliminating federal taxes on income, on overtime income, and on tips. Okay, we can figure that out. Now, we can also figure out, because economists have already done it, what it would take in order to replace the lost income from, again, 93% of Americans would fall within this category. They would not have to pay a single cent in federal income taxes simply because they fall under that threshold of $150,000 per year. Listen to this. The top 10% of American earners, they are the ones that pay 2/3 of our taxes. Okay, the top 2/3 are paying, or the top 10% pay 2/3 of our federal income taxes. Okay, they pay the most. They would be excluded. Okay, the total revenue is over $2 trillion from the United States. Okay, now the total tax revenue. That's a huge number, and that's obviously, you see the reason why. The federal income taxes is $2.2 trillion, or roughly $2.3 trillion, but yet we are always in a deficit because we overspend. But according to these numbers, okay, we would need $650 billion in order to offset this loss of revenue. No federal income taxes for 93% of Americans. Okay, $650 billion. That's not an excessive amount of money. It's a lot of money. I'd love to have it. But it's not a huge amount that we couldn't figure out how to offset this. According to reports, according to many economists, there's different ways we can do it. The one way we can do it is we can spend less money. If we spend less money, then again, could we kind of offset that? Yeah. Maybe we just don't bring in $650 billion and we figure out how we can disperse the rest of the money and appropriate it to the right things. But they say that is not a good plan for the country moving forward, simply because there's going to be times where we need a little bit more money for potentially helping out with a war. Obviously, we've done quite a bit of that. Maybe we need money for FEMA, right? And so that's not a good plan. Just simply cutting as much as we can and hoping for the best. That's what Doge is doing now, but there's other steps. They say this is something that we would have to see as a recurring event. So they say the best plan moving forward is putting tariffs on other countries. The hardest part about this is that the United States has been trying to do that over the past few weeks, and we have not been successful. President Trump has been in office, 50 some days, 54, I think like 54 days, 53, 54 days, anyway. And over that time, he's mentioned tariffs quite a bit. We've tried to impose tariffs on Canada, Mexico, the United States, China, and even the EU. The issue, though, is all these other countries are pushing back. Okay, there's reciprocal tariffs that we're now facing. But according to multiple economists, they predict we would need roughly $650 billion in tariff revenue. Keep in mind the United States imports a little over $4 trillion in goods. I think it's like 4.1 some trillion dollars. Okay, we're just gonna say we'll just say $4.1 trillion. In order to, we'll just say $4 trillion because it's easier math. If we need to get $650 billion in tariff revenue, but we are only getting $4.1 trillion in imports, that means we need about 15%, okay, tariffs on all goods. That's where economists say it is going to be difficult to impose a 15% tariff on all imports because, number one, it's going to raise prices, but are we accepting the fact that prices are going to go up as long as we don't have to pay any income taxes? Potentially. Potentially. There's a lot of things going on right now. Tariffs are one of them. Okay? The rising cost of goods is another that don't actually have to do with tariffs. Products here in the United States, just because of things like labor, okay, materials. Yeah, prices are going to go up. That's just natural. But according to economists, they say if we want to offset the amount of money lost due to no taxes on income under $150,000, well, that's great, but we'd have to do that with tariffs plus savings from Doge. So that's where we're at this time. I think this is an incredible plan. I think this is something that could really work. And again, people making less than $150,000 a year are the ones that are going to benefit from this. Everyone else is going to be paying. But how do we get here? That's the key. As of right now, I don't know what it's going to look like. All I know is President Trump has this kind of already planned out. Yeah, Anything under $150,000, you don't pay any federal income tax on it. States, that's different. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think this is a good move? Do you think this is something that is going to completely backfire? Or what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as we get more information on this, I promise I will bring you all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.